Today on Oklahoma Memo, it turns out there was something to be learned from those OSDE resignation letters. An EPA research office in Ada will be shut down on Friday, part of more federal cuts. Oklahoma's recreational marijuana petition to begin signature collection. And we take a look back at the life and legend of Ozzy Osbourne. This is Oklahoma Memo. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. I'm Ryan Welton, the founder and curator of Oklahoma Memo, a daily newsletter and now podcast and YouTube channel and social channels dedicated to raising media literacy across Oklahoma by connecting you to the best journalism in the state. And today we're all rocking a little softer. Ozzy Osbourne, the self-proclaimed Prince of Darkness, died Tuesday at the age of 76. For the second day in a row, another Gen X icon. He wasn't Gen X, he was a boomer, but he was an icon to many of us who grew up in the 70s and 80s. From his days with Black Sabbath to his solo days, and even as a reality TV star. Depending on your age, you'll either have had no idea who this guy was, or you'll probably be a huge fan. My mom was a fan of the Osbournes, but never the music. I mean, she was never going to listen to Sabbath or Crazy Train or Bark at the Moon. She was a fan of the show The Osbournes. We watched it together often back in Henrietta during its heyday. For me, it was the music, sort of. I mean, I'm mostly a yacht rock Steely Dan sort of music fan and musician, but I always had an appreciation for Ozzy and his songwriting ability in particular. And I mean musically, I wasn't really into the lyrics part of what he did. My appreciation for Black Sabbath didn't happen until I was an adult, but my teenage years were absolutely filled with Crazy Train, Bark at the Moon, and I remember when Shot in the Dark, the video came out on MTV, among many others. An Ozzy concert, though, was never going to be in the works for me. My parents would have never allowed that, especially given the news that he ate the head off a bat. Now, nowadays, we might be able to find that on an old episode of Fear Factor, but in 1982, that was some wild news. And where did it happen? It happened in Des Moines. Part of his Diary of a Madman tour happened on January 20th, 1982. But he would be in Norman, Oklahoma at the Lloyd Noble Center just a month and 5 days later. I found a ticket on an Ozzy Osbourne site, I believe it was Ozzy.com, and I pasted it, and it'll blow your mind. The cost to go to an Ozzy concert in 1982 was $9.75. It was a quarter to park at Lloyd Noble. His final concert in Oklahoma, best that I can find, was December 6, 2007, at the then Ford Center, now the Paycom Center. It was part of the Black Rain Tour. Coincidentally, the final song in both concerts, Paranoid, his iconic rock song with Black Sabbath. Rest in peace, Ozzy. You can message me anytime at news@oklahomamemo.com. Our big story is from Nuria Martinez-Keel of Oklahoma Voice. The headline, Oklahoma Education Department official resigned over fundamental issues in the agency. It should be noted, OSDE did not turn over resignation letters like they should have. No, Oklahoma Voice was able to access the letter from former Chief Compliance Officer Kourtney Heard from another OSDE employee who's no longer there, and then they were able to independently verify its veracity. So what did the letter say? From Oklahoma Voice, her resignation letter alleged, quote, significant challenges, including manipulation of school accreditation and hindering the education department from achieving better outcomes for students. You can read the full story in this morning's Oklahoma Memo newsletter, but I would encourage you to go straight to the source at oklahomavoice.com. Our other big story comes from Chloe Bennett Steele with State Impact Oklahoma. The headline, EPA reduction in force plan causes concern about Ada Research Center. From the article, on Friday, the Environmental Protection Agency said it will eliminate the Office of Research and Development and reduce its workforce. The termination includes the Robert S. Kerr Environmental Research Center in Ada, which has undergone reductions in force in recent months. The lab and facilities will remain in place and continue to be used by the EPA, End quote from the story. Chloe's story is also in today's Oklahoma Memo newsletter, but I would love for you to read it at kgou.org. And while you're there, for both Oklahoma Voice and KGOU, take a second and consider supporting them with a donation. Quick break. Look, your business needs a podcast. Not for downloads or for vanity metrics, not even for subscribers who theoretically could turn into customers. No, podcasts in 2025 are all about a broader digital marketing strategy. They're all about audio and video. Did you know that podcasts are video also? Video clips for YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Snap, whatever comes next. Blog posts written straight from your own conversations. That's right, those podcasts can turn into articles that go on your site that could turn into earned media. And those articles could also pop up in those AI summaries and Google snippets. That's what the next generation is using to search, to find you. But hey, who's got time to build all of that, right? Well, I do, your venerable host. My name is Ryan, the host of Oklahoma Memo, and I'm also the founder of Doable Digital Media. Send me your CEO speaking at a conference, leading a panel discussion, or even a sharp internal training, and I'll turn it into a full podcast with music, cover art, hosting, clips, the works, all included, $500 an episode. It is a bargain. Message me at ryan@doabledigitalmedia.com or news@oklahomamemo.com. Let's make this happen. And now it's time for the Oklahoma Rundown, where I find the most important, most compelling news stories from Boise City to Broken Bow, Hollis to Stillwell. Let's start with KOCO, some breaking news from Tuesday night. Waffle House employee stabbed after chasing customer over unpaid bill in Oklahoma City. By the way, I should note, at most companies, that will actually get the employee fired. They're told, we're talking retail, restaurants, everywhere, if somebody dines and dashes, do not go after them. It's a massive safety issue. From Oklahoma Voice, Oklahoma recreational marijuana petition to begin signature collection despite uncertainty. You'll want to go to Oklahoma Voice to read that one. A special report from Tulsa World, 10 years after the Bever murders in Broken Arrow. From Oklahoma Watch, textbook publishers reveal how they incorporated controversial new standards. From the Black Wall Street Times, Oklahoma's gun suicide crisis rising fastest in rural white communities. From News on 6, Ryan Walters asks Oklahoma Supreme Court to move forward with Bible initiative. From KOCO, this one really caught my attention. Edmond family panicked and confused after naked man walks into home and then jumps into pond. What would you do in that situation? In this case, the family stayed calm and just asked him to leave. And he did. And finally, from Durant, KXII, Southeastern football team available to download in EA Sports College Football 26. It's in the game. The Savage Storm of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. You can play football with them in a video game. That's really cool. Did you know that they are due to get a new stadium down there in 2027? I need to make it a point to go see some football at some of the smaller colleges across the state. And that's all for another edition of Oklahoma Memo, the podcast. Be sure you visit oklahomamemo.com and sign up for the daily newsletter. And consider supporting the newsroom of your choosing, maybe it's newsrooms, with your readership, your viewership, subscription, or donation. It costs money to hold power to account. For Oklahoma Memo, I'm Ryan Welton. Now play us out.